for being here once again. And tonight I have a very interesting testimonial to share. But first of all, to all my Muslim friends here, I would like to apologize because this is a testimonial regarding a pet dog. Okay, so I hope you guys don't mind. And this is something that I always tell people that no matter what, whether it's human beings, animals, or plants, this technology can benefit all of it. Yeah. And it's so powerful because everything that has a living cell, it actually works. Yeah. So it's so amazing. And I just received this testimonial last week on the 18th of June. Okay. So I'm gonna tell a bit of a story on this. And this little pet dog, her name actually is Cotton. And she's a dear family member of one of my brand partners in Sydney. Okay. So she actually reached out to me sometime last year, and she was actually very afraid, not knowing what to do. Okay, because Cotton was born on the 25th of February 2016. Yeah. Yep.
Jinhua, I'm so sorry to disturb you.
Yeah.
Can you go full screen because we can't really see. It's a bit too small,
Okay, okay. Can you see now?
Yes, a lot better.
All right, great, great. Okay. So I'm just going to share a bit about the conversations that we have with my Australian brand partner. And she's gracious enough to give me the permission to share this testimonial. Yeah, because I thought to myself, I must tell this story to you guys. Okay. And on the 6th of December 2024, she actually received not such a good news for Cotton. Okay. So the vet actually said that Cotton has cancer, which is called mesothelioma. All right. So what happened was there was a incidental mass detected between her right shoulder plate, yeah, and chest area. Okay. So her leg condition basically was also affected, but it was actually improving. Yeah. And she did attach the reports for me to look at it as well. Okay. So this was back in December last year. Yeah. And they wanted to discuss some options how to help Cotton. And Cotton was about 7.5 kilograms, and she was asking if she should use the full on patches or the second-hand patches, right? So this is something to take note of, guys. And I told her to just start patching, right? And how do you patch X39 Aeon? Yep. So basically, just on the shaved skin area, or if they are wearing any clothing, so you can slip it under the coat, the clothes, all right, so that it doesn't move around, or anywhere on the collar as well. Okay, so that was on the 6th of December, and by the 28th of December, they started patching her X39 Aeon and Carnosine lately. Okay, so thankfully her hair started to grow back. Yeah. And on the 3rd of February, the Cotton actually said that, sorry, not Cotton. Jennifer, who was my brand partner in Australia, actually said that Cotton is recovering remarkably well. She's looking younger than before. And someone asked me today, how old is my puppy? And she's actually turning 9 in 3 weeks. Okay. So you can see from actually your pets as well, if they're healthy comparatively before and after, you can tell from the hair growth, right? From their eyes, how do they actually look, okay? And from the way they actually react, okay? So whether they're running, whether they're sleeping all the time, and also from how good is their appetite. These are the things that will improve when they use the patches, okay? So, and I continue to actually receive reports, right? And basically, Jennifer did not actually take Cotton back to see the specialist vets. Okay, so she got a second opinion from another vet. His advice was if there was no intention to put her through any form of invasive treatments, okay? So the proposed CT scan and biopsy recommended by vet specialists is actually not necessary. So maybe further down, many months later, we can get a CT scan and see if the tumor size has actually changed as well. Yeah. So other than that, they are actually happy to see that Cotton was back to her old self, can eat, can sleep, can play well. So these are signals that actually the body is actually recovering, you see, because a sick person does not have the energy to do anything. They just lie in bed. They don't want to eat, you know. So these are things that we have to notice, even in ourselves, our family members, right? So for like more senior citizens like 80, 90, you can tell by the way they actually gain back their energy, vitality. Okay. So, and this was very recent, on the 18th of June. Okay. So I received this, and it was such a great news because after just over 6 months that they received the cancer diagnosis from Cotton, from the vet, right? The hospital actually said that the cancer did not spread, okay, or best still, reduced in size area. So can you imagine when the doctor advised they can't find any cancer in Cotton, how happy were the family members? Yeah. So this is something that is truly remarkable because he did not go for any form of treatments, right? So these are things that the vet cannot even explain themselves. And he actually said, the vet, yeah, that when they brought in Cotton to see them, she didn't even look like a dog with a cancer tumor in her. Okay. So initially she patched X39 and Aeon rotating 12 hours daily. So morning and night for 3 months. Then after that, they gave her the recycled used ones. Yeah. So that initially they actually patched the new ones on her, the new patches. Okay. So what Jennifer actually said, that the owner of the Cotton, right? She also said that she noticed around September 24 that Cotton was actually getting bloated on the right side of her body. Same side that the cancer tumor was actually discovered. Okay. So then they thought that she was just getting fat. So, but however, she was also shaven to the rules outtake paralysis. Okay. So then they found that in early December, that during an MRI scan, they actually suspected Cotton had suffered a spinal stroke as well. You see, animals, they cannot communicate, yeah, but their actions, if they are not actually normal, you can actually tell, you see. So that's why it's important to send them for checks as well. So they were actually worried that because of the sarcoma, the vets actually really, the bloating is because of the sarcoma. However, the bloating is no longer there anymore. And together with the news of her being cancer-free, she is just super happy and grateful. Yeah. So the patches were all I used diligently on Cotton for the past 6 months. And this is the best result anyone with cancer in the family can dream of. So Cotton's body, with the aid of the patches, certainly beat those cancer cells. So then, if you understand this technology, it doesn't actually activate your cancer cells, yeah, because it's non-invasive, nothing goes into your body. So what happens is that when you patch it on your body, it actually signals our body or something called the copper peptide to increase in our body. So the function of copper peptide is to actually have multiple anti-cancer activities. And that's why we have a lot of cases where people or even animals that have cancer, after a long time use, their cancer markers actually decrease over time. Yeah. So then it's important as well to understand this, because a lot of people are afraid, you see. So they say that, oh, stem cells actually activates our cancer if we inject and things like that. So they don't actually understand the technology part of it. Yeah. And we regularly present the technology so that people can come in for a refresher, or they can invite their family and friends to come and listen as well. Okay. So this is very important to realize. And this is the timeline of Cotton's situation. Yeah. So during the 4th of December 2024, Jennifer noticed that Cotton has the hesitant to walk, and she was dragging her hind leg feet. Okay, so do not worry too much. Initially, she had injured her leg in October 21 and 22. Yeah, and was limping a couple of days while holding the injury up. Only worry when she couldn't support herself while peeing after 11 p.m. They took her to the vet's emergency and they wanted us to leave her overnight, so she declined. So the next day, the morning appointment at another vet hospital near us, she was still dragging her foot. I didn't keep up with monthly ticks preventive meds. Had to agree to shave her to check for ticks to rule out TP. They couldn't find any. Okay. So then what happens was the vet actually x-ray her joints, to which showed normal joint degeneration for her age, 9 years old. All right. And basically, which wasn't caused limped leg. So they head to another bigger vet hospital with more advanced imaging equipment for MRI. And they examined her, suspected a stroke, made appointment for MRI tomorrow. Yeah. So then the following day, they took her into the bigger hospital. And at 10 a.m., the doctor actually on Friday night received Dr. MRI report and pathology report. So then on the 7th of December, doctor called and basically advised that Cotton stroke would have resolved in time with physio. Okay, so he was more concerned about the sarcoma, which is explained which was cancer. So he recommended further CT scan and biopsy to get completed picture of the cancer. I told him that I can't subject Cotton to more scan and biopsy because she was already traumatized by so many scans and tests. Okay, so then what happens was they actually later at night they say that Cotton actually fell over while pooing on bed. Okay, so then what happens was she decided to patch Cotton Aeon at night. Okay, so Sunday the next morning, 8th of December, she seemed to be able to support herself better after just one patch of Aeon. So then started her on X39. Similarly, in the evening with the leg strength, she seems interested in walking a bit more, but still dragging her paws and walking towards the left. So that at night, she patched Aeon again. Yeah. So then they see more improvement in the affected leg and supporting better while peeing. She was also jumping down from the bed. So we walk outside the oval opposite the house. Big improvement, although paw still dragging. Switch again to X39 in the day. So X39 in the morning, Aeon at night. Yeah, same for all of us that are using. Okay. So Tuesday, what happened was the mobility and strength improved markedly. Walking well in the evening, but halfway, I noticed blood on her paws. So her paws were bleeding and took her straight to the vet, and he advised nails were worn down due to the bloodline by dragging paw. Had the paw bandaged and strapped to be kept on for at least a week. So then they continued to walk her daily. Although improving, she was also leaning, walking towards the left side. So she wasn't balanced. And she rang the specialist regarding the physio for Cotton. So updated him on her improvements, and he advised it did not sound like she needed physio as walking is physio. So by the end of the month, 31st of December, Cotton is back to jumping up and down the bed with speed and strength. How amazing is that? So then, and in February, on the 8th of February 2025, in under 10 weeks, Cotton was back to walking in a straight line, guys. Yeah. So all this happened in the span of just about a month. Okay. So that's why this is such an amazing testimonial where they actually could not find any kind of tumor in the body. And also the dog, which was having problems with the leg for so many years, Cotton actually injured her leg in year 2021 and 2022. Okay, so then that's why the recovery is so amazing when you actually just patch it on your pets. And pets, they cannot tell whether it's a placebo effect or not. Yeah, they just know that they got better. You can just see that they are actually more active and things like that. Okay, so this is a very short testimonial that I wanted to share with you guys. And if you have any questions, drop it in the chat box. We will ask. We will answer you. Okay.